Hello. In this video, I want to go over visual testing and WebdriverIO. What is visual testing? Well, visual testing will allow you to visually test your application essentially. So you can test that the layout doesn't change, make sure that the styling is still the same. You can test that the styling still acts the same across browsers. So say maybe you have, it looks fine on Chrome, but then your manual testers didn't test Firefox. You can automate that to make sure that the visual appearance of Chrome and Firefox are the same. Another way to do this is for like responsive design. So let's say your application, works fine desktop, but maybe when a person uses it on their phone, the design is going to change a little. Maybe you're using responsive design. So you can test that and it basically takes a screenshot and you can compare the before and after to make sure that the screens are essentially the same still. And to do this with WebdriverIO is super simple. It's really literally like one line of code once you get it installed. But I've got a basic project set up in WebdriverIO. I just followed the getting started guide here, which has, just this command. So I've got a default project. So now let's install the visual testing service. So what it is WebdriverIO has services, and this is just another service. So let's install this service. Now we're going to copy this command. Let's go here. So here's my default project. When you just do a default project in WebdriverIO, you can have it create some files and tests for you. So I've already done that here. And let's install this service. Perfect. So now that is installed, the next thing we need to do is update our services in our WDIO config to add the visual services. So let's add that. We're just going to do the defaults that they suggest. I will go over those in just a sec. So this is basically mainly what you need. This is kind of what I've used. This is where the baselines get stored. So what happens is when you first run a test with doing visual regression or visual testing, it's going to take a screenshot as a baseline, and it's going to compare all future tests based on that baseline. So this is just telling you where to store these baselines, and you're going to want to make sure that you commit these baseline images here. So that's that. The format image name, you could change the name here if you wanted to. And then the screenshot path, this is where it's going to save like screenshots when it's going to be comparing against it. This folder you do not want to save to version control. Save per instance. This was good. This is good to have if you're doing cross browser, so Firefox or Chrome. You're going to have when it creates these baselines, it'll create a directory like Chrome_baseline or something. I don't remember exactly, but it'll just store them like nice and neat through there, so you can kind of see. The other option I am going to add here that is not in here is the where is it? We're gonna do the autosave baseline as true. Oh, it's already actually defaults to true. So we don't technically need that, but I'm gonna add it there just so we can see it. So it already defaults to true, so it's in there. So what that basically says is when we call a command for visual testing, it's gonna automatically save that baseline. So let's just jump right in so you can kind of see an example of some of the stuff I talked about. It'll make a little bit more sense. So I've got this test here that's gonna run. It's gonna open up the login page. We're just using the basic site here with, we're just gonna comment this out here. We don't really care. We just need a page basically. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do await expect browser, and then that to match screen snapshot. There we go. And what this is going to do is when this test runs now, since it's the first time running, it's going to take a screenshot basically and store it in a folder. You'll see over here in just a second, but we're going to we'll run this, and this is going to store it in a screenshot, and this is going to be our baseline image. We're going to assume that the application is working correctly right now. So I'm going to actually change this to, I'm just going to remove this. So what we'll see is we'll see a baselines folder come over here. So let's run this. And this key right here, this is what we want to store for this specific baseline. So this name can be, foobar. It can be anything. You're going to want to have this unique across all your tests. So you really don't want to have multiple of the same ones. You want to have these unique across your application. We're just going to keep it as login page. So now let's run. We're just going to run WebdriverIO like normally, and let's do this. And what is going on? Do I have a typo? I have a typo. Let's try this again. And there's still something else going on. Path is not defined. Oh, I've got to import path. There we go. So yeah, you're gonna have to make sure you do that. Now it's working. All right, so now we're just running the test like normal, like we always do with any WebDriver test. And now it's taking the screenshot. And you can see some different logging information here about what it's doing. So we have that. So now you see this baseline folder. And this is basically the screenshot it took. This is what this is what it's going to compare against. And it's going to do a 100% compare against this. So we have that. So now let's run the test again. And the test should pass because we haven't changed anything. So it's going to run, and it passes. So perfect. So now, essentially, when this test runs, it's going to compare this current page now with this image. So perfect. So now let's test that that if something broke it. So let's say a developer committed a bug. We're going to just open up a different page just to verify that our matching is going to fail. Like here, now it should fail. And it's running, going. And it failed. You can see here it failed. It had a mismatch percentage here. So it failed. So perfect. So if we were to comment this back out, it would pass again. All right. So let's say the developer made a change and they added a button or something. So when they do that, we need to update the snapshot. It's a valid change. The screen does look fine, but we need to update the baseline image. So we're just going to take this example. Let's just say the screen now is at this login screen. So let's say that this is the correct screen. So what we need to do, there's a flag that we can run. What's the flag? I forget the flag. All right, update visual baseline flag. So you just add that here, if you can see. This is what you're going to add, and then what that's going to do is going to tell the visual service to update this baseline in here to the new image. So if we look, it's going to look like this, but afterwards, it's going to look like the login page essentially, or it's going to be after the login page. And our test should pass too. So our test passed, and now our baseline is different. You can see here, it's different now. So that's a lot of what you just have to do for visual testing. There's a couple other things. I'll introduce you to some other methods you can use, but for the most part, that is all you need to do. In addition to this match screen snapshot, this will match what is visually on the screen. If you wanted to match the full page, let's say there's scroll bars on the page, if you wanted to do that, You can do it's to match. I think it's full page. Yeah, full page snapshot. So if you wanted to match with the scroll bars, you can do that. You can also match on elements. So let's do, no, we don't want to do that. Let's do to match element snapshot. So now this will just match an element. And you actually have to, with the element, you have to actually provide it an element like foobar. So let's have a class, and then you can match the element snapshot. So instead of just the screen, you're going to match just a specific piece of that site. Awesome. So let's just explore a couple of the other options that other methods they might have here. So there's also a way to just save a screenshot, like for visual testing. So maybe you don't want to use this method. I'm not sure. Visual testing isn't something I do every day. It's definitely it's new to me. But I've so far just used these methods here. But you can use the save screen, which will save a screenshot, and then you can reference that later if you need to. So that's available to you. There's also these check methods, which are basically almost the same as the to match, but these will output a number, and that will output the number of the percent mismatch of that. And then if you wanted to do something with that number, you can. There's also if you want to do a partial, like have a page not be 100% correct. My understanding with visual testing is you're usually going to want to have 100% match, but if there's a reason you don't want to, you can add to like the second parameter here, a mismatch here. Then there's also, these are different options you can pass in, like, disable CSS animation if you want to do that. So hide scroll bars. There's a lot of different things you can pass in here. Then you can look at all the different methods here, but for the most part, you can get by with kind of these methods here, and that's about it. So make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.